Welcome to the cage here at Meadowbrook High School. Caleb Graham Productions bringing you exciting high school basketball as the Meadowbrook Colts host their arch rival, Cambridge Bobcats. Woody Biggs along with Darren McCullough here. D-Train. And it's been a while. I don't know if we've ever worked together, have we?
No, I don't think we've ever worked together. We've been at the same place, whether for the radio station or the newspaper.
Right.
But we've never been side-by-side partners in crime.
So it's going to be an interesting night. They dragged me out of the home. I'm coming out of retirement for this, and it's an interesting game. These two teams just about a week ago matched up over at Cambridge, and sort of weird scheduling. The Colts hoping for the season sweep.
Yeah, Meadowbrook won 46-18 last Tuesday. It's kind of weird. 7 days later, they're playing again, and this is a. I'm sure if you talk to Cambridge, it was a disappointing game. If you talk to Meadowbrook, it was a disappointing game. Meadowbrook kind of struggled to get things going offensively, but defensively only allowing 18 points and forcing over 20 turnovers. That's the plus for Meadowbrook. On the Cambridge side, they got the dynamic duo of Sean Perkins and Dominic Court. They combined for only 16 points. I know Coach Slaughter, before the year started, was expecting them to average 16 at least each.
Right.
So if Meadowbrook can limit the dynamic duo of Court and Perkins, and they got their four horsemen of Addie Black, Jonathan McCall, Jake and Davis Singleton, those guys get going. That's going to be the big difference of the game. If the big four can put up points for Meadowbrook, and if the dynamic duo gets going for the Bobcats.
And it's going to be a game of tempo control. Meadowbrook's going to want to pressure defense, speed it up. Coach Slaughter and the Bobcats want to slow it down. I'm guessing they'll play a zone like they did last time. So whoever controls the tempo is going to have the better chance of winning the game.
Yeah, Meadowbrook has always looked to push in every game. And there was even times during last Tuesday's game on a miss, Coach Slaughter's guys got the rebound, and he's waving them through, wanting them to push it, and they slowed it down. So really, I think it's just something that Cambridge isn't 100% comfortable with, and they want to slow these games down, and we're just over 30 seconds away from tip-off, Woodman.
We'll get ready for the national anthem, and then we'll give you the starting lineups and get ready for the tip-off of tonight's game between Cambridge and Meadowbrook.
And we got to give a shout-out to the Cambridge student section as they're rocking the purple and gold in honor of Kobe Bryant. Definitely a very sad situation with all the victims that was involved in that helicopter crash.
Very shocking. You're right. Brooks Singers will be doing the national anthem. They do one of the better jobs around the area, so we'll listen to them. Brooks Singers doing a great job with the national anthem. You want to give the Bobcats credit. They had that disappointing loss on their home court to Meadowbrook last Tuesday, D-Train, but they came back with a vengeance Friday night and blew out Coshocton. So Coach Slaughter did a good job of getting them bouncing back and playing well Friday night. Yeah,
that was a revenge game for Cambridge, too, because they lost earlier in the year to Coshocton. So I'm sure they want to get some revenge tonight. They got round one revenge last Friday. Now they're looking to get some more revenge tonight.
And the Colts with 3 losses, but 2 of them on their home court. They lost to Dover and Wheeling Park here, and then lost to Wheeling Park over in Wheeling. And Coach Tulsa's not real happy with the way they have been playing, even though they've been winning.
Yeah, there's just been at times where they've kind of looked lackadaisical. They'll have these stretches where 5 to 6 minutes, Meadowbrook looks like the best team in the country, and then they'll have a 4 or 5 minute stretch where they look like they can't even throw the ball in the ocean.
Right.
And that can definitely, as a coach, get you real frustrated.
And it hasn't. He's been talking to him about playing with more consistency. Here's the starters for Cambridge. You have Sean Perkins, a 6'4" junior, Cody Moore, 6-foot senior, Elijah Chandler starting tonight, a 6-foot senior, Dominic Cork, 6'5" senior. So Valentine, who sprained his ankle early in that Meadowbrook game, was a factor in that game a little bit. Not starting tonight, still a little gimpy.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting situation. He was limited Friday against Coshocton, so it's going to be interesting how many minutes they give Valentine.
For Meadowbrook, it'll be the regular starters: Addie Black, the 6'5" senior, Jonathan McCall, the 6-foot senior, Jake Singleton, the 5'10" sophomore, Davis Singleton, the 6'3" junior, and Zach Rusnock, the 5'11" senior.
And unfortunately, Meadowbrook doesn't have the big light show like Cambridge does, where they turn the lights off with the announcements. But they do play the best entrance song in the world, as the Chicago Bulls always came out of this, and usually before every game, I announce the starting five for the second three-peat, the 96 through 98 three straight championships of the Bulls.
You're that old?
That old.
Wow.
And that good.
Yeah. We'll get ready to jump it off. It's going to be Perkins against Black. Black announcing he's going to continue his basketball career at Marietta, which has developed a nice program at Division III level.
Congratulations to him on that.
And the Colts control. The question will be, will the toilet paper come out of the student section tonight if Meadowbrook scores first? That's sort of been a tradition. I thought we was going to find out. Davis Singleton, nice reverse layup, just wouldn't fall. Meadowbrook man-to-man.
There's the outlet in transition.
Right.
Colts love getting it going. They missed two straight easy bunnies here. That's not the way they wanted to start. They want to make the bucket and then pressure Cambridge.
Yep. Bond with the ball, going left side. And gets it baseline, shot up in and out, no good.
Wow. Beginning to think we might have a lid on both of these rims. Both teams got some good shots, it just didn't go down.
Moore gets it inside again, another missed shot by Cork. Yeah, both teams little tight to start the game.
The same thing happened last Tuesday too. Both teams kind of looked at sluggish at times.
Cambridge comes out man-to-man. Last week they opened up as a zone.
Playing a little soft man here, a little kind of pack line defense that Virginia runs a little bit.
Good job with Meadowbrook being patient and getting the ball around. They do get it up to Singleton, who goes into paint again. A little runner, no good.
You got to give Cambridge credit too. They did a good job recovering on defense there when McCall skipped it to the other side. Cambridge spreading them out here.
Yeah, they are. Both teams being patient.
And this is what Cambridge has got to do. I don't think they have the horses to compete in the track meet against Meadowbrook.
There's a turnover. Singleton. Davis with the steal. Takes it in, layup, no good. But he's fouled. He'll shoot two.
So it looks like we're going to get free throws here with 5:55 to go. So 2 minutes and 5 seconds in the game and still no field goal scored. No point scored, but Davis Singleton looking to change it here. As our eyes drop on the Meadowbrook student section here.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule is. I don't know if it's first point or first field goal.
Well, it's definitely not the first point, and
maybe
who knows if they even do it or not.
Yeah, maybe they're not going to do it this year.
I would prefer not, as I could tell an interesting story maybe later in the telecast.
Yeah, when I was a coach here, I preferred not, but it's a tradition. It's 2-0 on the 2 free throws by Davis Singleton. Full court pressure by Meadowbrook. Perkins having trouble with it.
This is what Meadowbrook wants right here.
Yeah, don't want to pressure.
This is where Cambridge struggled last Tuesday with over 20 turnovers against these guys.
Good, barely beat the 10-second count, but got it across well. Shot up no good by Perkins. Rusnak in the front court to Davis Singleton. Hattie Black to Jake Singleton. Shot up no good. Watton probably the shot Meadowbrook wanted, but I've seen Jonathan hit that a lot.
Both teams just really struggling to find a groove right now. The only 2 points are Davis Singleton's 2 free throws.
There's a foul there, and I've noticed that Cambridge is doing a nice job face-cutting Meadowbrook. The Colts not able to get over across that curl screen, and that time there was a foul.
That's a big part to any offense. If you can face-cut a guy, you see the back of their head, back-cut them, go back door, you're going to get a lot of good looks out of it.
And Meadowbrook has overplay, can't overplay, man, so you can get that.
There's another one, Court.
Yep, and he's going to be fouled, shoot 2.
So still, we're 3 minutes, 15 seconds into this game, and both teams are 0 for on field goals.
Free throw up and in.
But a perfect 3 for 3 at the line.
Yep.
They're free throws for a reason.
Dom's next one, nothing but net. We're tied at 2. Call looking to get it into Singleton, who's posted up. Looks opposite, nothing there. Back to McCall, back to Davis.
Singleton going one-on-one.
Finds Rusnak, 3, in and out, no good. Addy put back, no good. He's fouled.
Another foul. And Brock Valentine looks like he's getting ready to check in for the Bobcats. We were wondering how much availability he had. We know he played limited minutes against Coshocton.
Yeah, twisted his ankle early against Meadowbrook last week. Hasn't been 100% since then.
So he's going to come in for Cody Moore, who's kind of the, I guess I would consider him the junkyard dog of this Cambridge team. As he goes and does the stuff people don't want to do, go in there and play hard defense and rebound the basketball. And the Colts take the 4-2 lead here. So the Colts with 4 free throws, the Bobcats with 2.
And we've got a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 4:15 left. Colts 4, Bobcats 2 here in the first quarter. Cambridge takes the timeout, 4-2. Coach Slaughter has to be happy with the pace. He's held Meadowbrook 0 from the field, the 2 free throws, but Cambridge unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you're talking halfway through the first quarter and neither team scored a field goal. Especially for Meadowbrook, you'd be thinking, what's going on here? But Meadowbrook's just hanging on, and sometimes you have games like this where you just have to hang on. You have these effort games where sometimes the ball just doesn't go in.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Singleton. Good defense as he was guarding Valentine in the post. Bobcats get it in, and now they turn it away.
And Coach Slaughter just walks away on that one. That's one of those frustrating. That's an unforced turnover. Yeah. There was no pressure. Just he zigged when he should have zagged.
And now Cambridge drops back in the zone.
And that's something that I look for more teams to do to kind of mix up defenses, because at times it seems like, as Jonathan McGall says, get out of that zone with the 3.
So Jonathan with the 3, and the question's been answered. There was no toilet paper on the court. So.
And there's another turnover.
Yeah. Little 1-2-2 half-court trap forced another turnover.
And that's been a big problem playing against the zone for Meadowbrook. They've had difficulty with it, but when you got Jonathan McCall pulling up 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line and making shots, that can get a lot of people out of the zone real quick.
Meadowbrook is good at reversing the ball against the zone and getting a good look. Like right there, but a good defense is dropping what was Perkins.
That was a good job. They got it to the half spot to Addy, and then Davis Singleton, dove down for a backside layup. Unfortunately, tipped by Perkins.
Call triple team, quadruple team, goes in the paint, puts it up, no good.
And that's a good look having McCall at that high post, because he's not afraid to attack these guys. He deflects that away.
Yep. And the sophomore, Jake Singleton, lays it up and in.
Here comes.
Good job beating the press then.
They got Meadowbrook to extend that little half-court trap a little too much, and Court got the good feed from Valentine for easy layup. So both teams finally got a field goal to go through.
Right. It's now 9-4 Meadowbrook with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Shot no good by Rusnak. And Cats into the front court with it.
High ball screen from Moore. That's probably Bond, even though he missed that 3. He's probably the one guy on Meadowbrook or on Cambridge that you don't want to leave open. He can knock down the three-point shot. He's probably their best outside shooter.
Right, and Brock Valentine, good job getting position and putting it back.
Yep, Johnny on the spot there. And Rusnak finally gets one to fall. His 3rd time gets the triple to fall.
Colts have now doubled up. Meadowbrook 12-6. Got a little 1-2-2 half-court trap. Broken by Cambridge, and then they throw it away.
Cambridge got to quit trying to make those cross-court passes. They got to get a guy to the middle, get him in front of that either one of their top bottom guys, and you're going to break it with ease, or get guys down in the corners. They're trying to make a lot of those are tough passes they're trying to make.
Call goes baseline, tries to throw it over to Singleton, stolen by Cambridge. Perkins into the front court with it in the block. Addie Black, good defense by Addie Black. Forces the shot up, but again, Cambridge, a nice job on the boards.
Well, Cambridge knows that they're not exactly the best field goal shooting team. They know they got to crash the glass, and they're doing a good job of it so far here in the first period.
Another offensive rebound. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Colts up on the Cats 12-6.
Jerome Todd has checked in for the Colts here too.
And there's the steal. Three-point shot, no good, and a
that's
foul.
Gonna be a foul on Singleton.
On Davis Singleton, his 2nd.
So with Jerome checking in, we gotta give our main man, Jerome's brother, Carson Todd, some props as he's here once again for us, running the camera.
He's
being the man behind the scenes.
He's so focused on his job, he didn't even hear you giving him some accolades.
He's locked in as always.
Yeah. The consummate professional.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Called a foul on McCall.
Little touch foul there.
So Feldner to bring it in, or check that Chandler to bring it in. Perkins, nice job getting around McCall. Layup no good.
There
Another offensive rebound.
Dominic Court now with 6 points to clean it up. He had 10 of their 18 in Cambridge last week. He's got 6 of their 8 here so far today.
There goes Addy taking it to the hoop.
Man.
At the buzzer, so it's 14-8 at the end of one. Meadowbrook with the lead. Both teams started out cold, finished the quarter a little bit hot, and Cambridge using the boards to hang around here, trailing by 6 after one. We'll go to our sponsors and be back the second quarter right after this. Welcome back to the cage, Woody Biggs. D-Train here. I'm subbing for the legend himself, Tom Strasser, who's over on the radio side tonight.
Yeah, he has a face for radio, so I'm sure our ratings have went up a little better.
You said that, not me. Cambridge with the ball. They trail 14-8 as we begin the second quarter.
Colts have a couple of their bench guys in, and Boston Black and Jerome Todd to start this quarter.
Shot up no good. Meadowbrook coming down with it. McCall in the corner to Singleton. To Black, back to McCall to Singleton to Todd into the paint. And the ball's going to be knocked away.
And this usually doesn't happen very often, but the 3 officials at tonight's game, I have no clue who they are.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I've been to enough basketball games through the years that I usually know who most of them are, or at least one of them. Tonight, I have absolutely no clue.
Yeah, when they walked in, I didn't know any of them, but we haven't talked about them much. That means they're doing a good job. McCall with it to Todd for 3, in and out, no good. Man, that ball went all the way into the bottom, got a drink of water and came out. And the Bobcats once again on the boards.
Here we go. Slaughter tapped his head. Expect a ball screen here somewhere for somebody. Well, there it was. Perkins denied it.
Yep. But the 3 up no good. They worked it to try to get the ball to Bond.
He got the look. He's got to knock it in. Oh, nice pass by McCall there. Finish Boston Black.
And that's what Meadowbrook can do when they get the ball and get out and run.
Yeah, they want it. That's their MO. They want to get out and run. The faster, the better.
Almost another steal. Cats have numbers. A shot up, no good.
That's not a good shot there. You had a 3-on-1. Bond's got to make the defender commit and find one of those open guys. Meadowbrook won that, even though Cambridge gets possession of the ball.
Again, Cork on the boards. Nice job coming in as Perkins juked one way and went the other, did the dive to the basket, got inside his defender and drew the foul. Jerome picks up his first, team's 5th.
Well, Perkins short on the first. Got to use those legs, get underneath the ball.
There, he listened to you. 16-9, Meadowbrook with the lead in the ball. 6:20 left, first half. Addy Black, the big guy, bringing it up. going
He's
off.
their point forward / point center.
And then they give it to the guy that does make it go, Jonathan McCall, into the paint. Into the corner, Singleton, no good, and we have a foul.
And it's going to stay under.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a one. No, it's going to be, the foul's going to be on Meadowbrook, which, if it is, that's the 7th team foul, so it should be a 1-and-1.
I got him for 6.
Well, on the scoreboard it says
has
7.
him for 7. But if you got Neffy working the scoreboard,
well, there's that you just answered the question right there, I think.
And he told me to say something nice about him. There we go. Again, pressure. Nice job, Cambridge, getting it down the court. Layup, no good. Perkins back again. Cork, back again. He has been a rebounding machine tonight. He's already close to a double-double.
Yeah, he's got 8 points, and he probably's got at least 6 rebounds, I would say. He's been attacking that offensive glass. Nice pass by Rusnak into Addy Black. Jeez, just can't finish.
Yeah, the coach struggling. Even though they're leading 16-11, they're struggling from the line. Moore with the rebound.
Yeah, the junkyard dog, Cody Moore, with the rebound.
And Cambridge again coming down and controlling the pace of the game. Hanging around, trailing by only 5. Get the ball into the post. And there's a block by Addy.
No soup for you. And, you know, he had to love that one, as Chandler started at Cambridge, then went to Meadowbrook, and now is back at Cambridge. So there's kind of a rivalry there, so to speak. Kind of a story within the story of this rivalry.
Cambridge with it. Stolen by Rusnak. Out to Black. Spin in the paint. He's going to be called for the foul. Cambridge may have bailed Addy out. It looked like he was going to spin and be under the basket a little bit.
So Brock Valentine getting ready to check in. Even though he didn't play a whole bunch of minutes in the first quarter, he made a positive contribution.
Rusnak, you can't let him get open. He does. Misses the 3.
I tell you what, I don't know who's doing a better job of getting their hand up on Cambridge's team. I don't know if it's Coach Slaughter or the player. He's yelling and jumping up and having his hands up on every one of those shots.
Yep, and there's
as Cork scores that bucket. I just hope Slaughter doesn't pull anything with those jumps. They're back to a 2-3 zone here, Cambridge is.
It looks like they're playing makes and misses. 2-3 zone on the makes, man on the misses. A little off-balance shot by Black, no good. And Cambridge is back in the game, only down 3, 4 minutes left, first half.
They were 16-9, so they're on a little 4-0 spurt here with the ball.
A nice job of moving the ball around. 3-point attempt. No good. The rebound comes down to Boston Black.
That was a big deflection there by Cambridge, because you do not want to leave Zach Rusnak open.
That was Caleb Bond coming down and knocking that ball away. John McCall coming in. They leave the ball. Addy Black, instead of shooting it, passes it around, and now we have another foul. Cody's second.
Yeah, it's going to be his second. And they don't want to get any of their starters really in foul trouble, because there's not much depth as far as after you get past those 5 or 6 for really both teams.
And a hustle for the ball. There's another foul. That's on a Bond. That's a tough foul.
Yeah, that's just a good hustle play.
Good hustle
They're both
play.
fighting for a loose ball.
And we've got a timeout. 16-13, 3:26 left. We want to thank our sponsors. Stoney's RV, G&B Roofing.
Yep.
And D-Train, which is getting close to the tournament drawing time.
Yep.
You think Meadowbrook has a shot at a #1 seed there?
I mean, looking
Liverpool, or
looking at the district.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt, think of the district. Okay, they played Cambridge. They beat them, and they're winning 16-13 tonight. They beat East Liverpool. They beat Steubenville. They beat New Philly.
Right.
They beat John Glenn. Those are some of the top teams. The one team that keeps creeping up into my head is Tri-Valley.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's going to be the team that maybe them and Meadowbrook, I think, going to be fighting for that top spot.
Top spot. And 2 come out this year to Athens, but yeah, they got a good shot. Colts come out of the timeout. They get the ball in the corner to Jake Singleton, no good. And Cambridge once again come down with a chance to tie with a 3.
Bond a little gun shy there. He's missed his first couple outside shots. Had a look, decided to pass on it.
Valentine working hard. They get the ball, though, instead to Perkins. His shot no good. And here come the Colts. Davis Black for 3. Rips the ropes. Check that, Davis Singleton.
Yeah, it's all right. I did it earlier too,
yeah.
So we allow one mistake per telecast. We already both used ours up.
Yep.
And if we do another, we took a mulligan.
That was big for Meadowbrook. Singleton shot, because
it changes a 1-possession game into a 2-possession game.
Shot up, no good. Again, Colts with the Cats with the rebound, no good, and Addie Black comes down with it.
It just seems like Cambridge is just taking shots that they don't need to take. Well, be patient. Get the shot you want.
When they are patient, they've been able to get a better shot. And they've done a good job of shutting down Meadowbrook as Jonathan Black hammers down another 3.
Wow, so Meadowbrook had 2 points this quarter, and then a quick 3 by Singleton and a quick 3 by McCall. That really changes this scoreboard. Went from a 3-point game, now they're up 9.
That may be their biggest lead of the night. Little pick and roll action. Good defense by the Colts, but a good job by the Bobcats kicking the ball out, recognizing the double team. Cork misses the shot, though.
He's got some open looks. He's a good shooter, just not getting them to fall.
And here comes
good feed inside to Davis Singleton there from McCall. Gets that easy little mid-range shot. That's probably one of the biggest strengths in Davis Singleton's game, is that 10 to 15 footer.
And you said it before the game, the Colts, they have their moments where they don't do a whole lot, but then they're so explosive, they score in spurts.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. It's a 3-point game now, 11-point game. Good ball movement by the Colts. Get the ball. What a pass.
Wow.
Into Davis Singleton. Shot up no good. Put back good by Jonah McCall.
Jonah McCall. Good cut.
Yep. Was a good cut. Cambridge is doing some nice things, getting shots when they're patient, as you say.
Yeah. I mean, right now, even though a lot of people want it, there's no shot clock in the state of Ohio in high school basketball. Now, when you have these big teams come, they'll have the shot clock, but you don't have a shot clock. Be patient. Take your time.
Right.
Get the shot you want.
Cork misses the first free throw. It was 16-13 with about 2.5 minutes to go. Now with 39 seconds to go in the half, it's 26-13.
Yeah,
Meadowbrook on that little 10-0 run.
Meadowbrook, went on a 10-0 run before it stopped there by the free throw by Cork. So that's been so far a big turning point in this game. Those back-to-back threes of Singleton and McCall got the Colts energized again.
Meadowbrook looks like they're going to play for the last shot.
Cambridge is going to allow it as Cork backs off of Black.
Right. 13 seconds.
Coach Tolles is calling the play out for him. Looks like it's just going to be McCall attacking his man one-on-one. Kicks it out to Rusnak.
And he got it.
Big.
Wow. Zach's deadly from the corner, and it was 16-13. Cambridge was on the run. Meadowbrook ends the half on a 13-1 run, and they lead 29-14 here at the half.
Yeah, and they end up scoring more points in the second quarter than they did the first quarter, as they have 15 in the second, when it seemed like about 5 minutes they couldn't get anything to fall.
So 29-14. Meadowbrook with the lead, looking to go to 12-3 on the year, 8-1 in the league.
Big thing is the Colts have hit 5 3-pointers here in the first half. So just their 3-pointers, they're still beating the Bobcats by 1.
Right. You're right. So we'll take a break, come back, we'll look at some stats and scoring, and we'll take a look at the Brook jump ropers who are here tonight. Always entertaining the crowd when they're here. So we'll take a break. Halftime here at the corral. Meadowbrook leading Cambridge 29-14. It was 16-13 in the second quarter with a couple of minutes left, and as we said, the Colts exploded and ended the half on a 13-1 run. And Darren, it was a. You got to think Cambridge did everything they could. They tried to control tempo. They crashed the boards. They mixed up their defense, but the Meadowbrook just went on that run at the end and blew the game open here the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, there was a stretch where Meadowbrook couldn't get anything to fall, and then all of a sudden McCall hits a three, Singleton hits a three, then they get a couple easy inside buckets, and then late in the half, Rusnock hits that big three, and it just, I mean, you're just taking the will out of the Bobcats when that happens. I mean, I think their last 5 shots for Meadowbrook went in. I mean, when you have 5 straight possessions of getting a field goal, that can make a big difference in the game, and we saw it when they went on that 13-1 run to end the half.
And you talked about the big four. 3 of the 4 have really come through. Balanced scoring for Meadowbrook. John McCall was 6. Davis Singleton was 7. Zach Rusnock was 6. Jake with 2. And then you had some help off the bench with a couple of points from John McCall, Boston Black as well. So good balance by Meadowbrook. In Cambridge, you got to think, we've done a nice job keeping Jonathan McCall out of the lane. We've done a nice job for the most part. Meadowbrook likes to penetrate and kick out.
Yeah.
And they've done a pretty good job with that. They've let Rusnock get open a couple of times. But Johnson just stepped back and hit some deep threes when they backed off to try to keep him out of the lane.
Yeah, that's the thing. McCall's a lot of these guys are streak shooters, and McCall starts knocking down some outside shots. As he showed with that first 3 that he made, he's not afraid to shoot it.
And Cambridge, on the other hand, dominating the boards, especially the first quarter, probably had 6 or 8 offensive rebounds the first quarter, but struggled to get the ball in the basket. And I've only got 3 players that have scored. Dom Cork's been the guy, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of their 14 points. And as we said, probably close to a double-double. Brock Valentine playing with the gimpy leg came in, and he's been a presence when he's been there. Had a nice putback. But Cambridge, they just haven't been able to get any more scoring outside of Dom.
Yeah, Cork's been there. One trick pony here so far in the first half. The big thing is they got to find a way to get Sean Perkins going. Right. Athletically, he's a great athlete, but with only 1 point being 1 of 2 from the free throw line for him, they've got to find ways to get him involved, whether it's getting him an open bucket or, like we said a lot in the first half, they got a lot of back cuts on Meadowbrook that were open. Get one of those back cuts. Get an easy layup. Just need some confidence right now is what Cambridge needs.
Yeah, it's Cambridge, you're right. You got to think, you look at them and you have to think they're saying, we played a pretty good defensive game, and then you look up and they're down 15. In the last 2 minutes of that quarter, Meadowbrook just exploded.
Yeah, I think it was 16-13. We were talking about it, and Cambridge had the ball on their side with a chance to either tie it or cut it to 1. They miss a shot. McCall comes down and hits the 3, and just you can see that their heads hang a little bit after that. Then they come down and hit another 3, and then all of a sudden it's 22-13. It just seems like Meadowbrook just found a way to extend that lead and extend it. And now it's 15 here at the half.
We have the reincarnation of Lids, which back in the day was a percussion team for Meadowbrook, and Darren McCon, the band director here, has brought it back, so the crowd enjoying some of that. We talked about Meadowbrook and the chance of being a #1 seed in the drawing. They also have a chance, if I'm correct, to quadrupeat. Is that the word? Quadrupeat? 3-peat? 4-peat?
Okay, I'll allow it.
4-peat. I'll have to try that in next time I play Scrabble. 4-peat in OVAC championship game. I think tonight's game goes towards that final standing.
Yeah.
And the last we checked, they were #1. Would probably host Beaver Local if things stayed where they were, and then play either East Liverpool or St. Clairsville in the championship game. This would be their last year in OVAC. It would be nice for the Colt fans to go out as a 4-time champion in that tournament as well.
And I think you're right. This will be the 4th time. And, yeah, definitely whenever you can leave a league and go out a champion, that's always great, as the Colts will join the Muskingum Valley League. All I have to say is enjoy those road trips.
Yes.
The trip to Crooksville, it's okay. The trip to Morgan, not fun. The trip to New Lex, even worse.
And they, if I understand correctly, it's going to be 2 divisions.
Yeah, it's going to be a big school and a small school. So the small school, Meadowbrook will be in it with Morgan, New Lex, Crooksville, Coshocton will go in it, and West Muskingum.
Okay.
So there's going to be 6 and 6. So that's going to be a interesting.
It will be. I'm not sure year in and year out they will play the type of competition they have in the ECOL with the Dovers and Phillies, and which were good in getting them ready for tournament play when they were good. But
yeah. If you compare the ECOL this year to the MVL,
with the small school MVL,
even looking at you got Sheridan and Tri-Valley and John Glenn and Maysville, probably the top 4. But I don't know if they're this year at a Dover caliber. Obviously, we've seen great John Glenn teams. We've seen great Tri-Valley teams. And even last year with Sheridan, with Ethan Heller, they made it to the state tournament with their great team. So I don't know overall this year that they have the talent that Dover has.
Right, and it goes in cycles. Everybody knows it goes in cycles. So it'll be interesting. Other than Cambridge, the ECOL is going to stay in place, from what I understand. But man, it's going to be brutal, because it's going to be Zanesville, and the ECOL is going to stay in place, and it's just going to be, they're going to end up playing.
And I think Warren is joining the ECOL, and then I think there's one other team maybe joining the ECOL. I can't think who it is.
Yep.
But it's unfortunate that, I remember in the UCLL when Claymont was in there and St. Clairsville was in there. So, that was when St. Clairsville and Claymont were just powerhouses.
Right.
And that was right when the Colts left the PVC to go to the ECOL.
So some things will be changing up next year for both these teams. Meadowbrook will leave the OVAC, which is something I don't think they wanted to do, but the MVL sort of made that a prerequisite for joining the league.
Yeah, it was kind of something that they were forced to do, because none of the MVL schools are OVAC schools, so you're going to play all of those schools, and it's just going to mess you up as far as the standings and getting points for the OVAC tournament. And
you would hope Meadowbrook, and you would think Meadowbrook and Cambridge would still play each other, even though they're in different leagues.
Yeah, it's going to be weird in football.
Yes.
They're going to play either week 3 or week 4 next year. So you actually might be able to wear shorts at a Meadowbrook-Cambridge football game, which I don't know when's the last time that happened. I know it's probably been a while.
You're right, and from what I understand, I'm sure they will come to some sort of agreement, but they haven't set a date for basketball next year yet as well. But
and hopefully they do the home and basketball.
Right.
This is just too important of a rivalry between two schools not to play. And look at the crowd tonight. The gate that Cambridge brought in last week and the gate that Meadowbrook's bringing in tonight. You're getting a lot of people to come out and watch two local teams. It's great for both communities. It brings people out and enjoy a night of basketball.
Well, it'll be interesting. Next year will be different, as the Colts will be traveling, to Morgan and some of those places.
Yeah, you're going to get to know a lot of the backcountry of Muskingum, Perry counties, and Morgan County.
Right. But,
it's not like the roads. It's not like the roads are bad, but if you get car sick, bring a trash bag.
Well, in the ECOL, Riverview was probably your worst drive.
Yeah,
that may be one of your better drives in the MVL if you're.
Yeah, it's not, and they are actually joining the MVL too.
Right.
And they're going in the big school division. So for them, that they're not really going into a better situation, in my opinion. They're going to still have to face the big dogs. They're still going to have to face John Glenn, Tri-Valley, Sheridan, Maysville, Philo. So they don't really have their schedule's definitely not going to be favorable for them.
Right. Meadowbrook gets the ball to begin the third quarter. They're up 29-14. It'll be the starters for the Colts back out there. Rusnak, Singleton, Black, and McCall. This was the nightmare half last week for Cambridge as they really struggled offensively.
Yeah, only 3 points in the second half, I do believe.
And so Coach Slaughter's hoping that they can get back in it. And this is where, if you're Cambridge, it struggles because you wanted to slow tempo. Now you have to speed up a little bit, down 15. And it was a 3-point game with about 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Meadowbrook exploded.
And if you're Coach Slaughter, you just got to say, let's chip away.
Right.
Starts with a stop right here. Starts with a stop. Just chip away.
Colts being patient. Davis Singleton with it.
They had a nice little design there for a backdoor look at the start of that possession, but wasn't open, so good defense by Cambridge on it. You can see Cambridge kind of getting a little aggressive. Bond was up there in McCall's pocket.
Right. And McCall draws the foul.
That's second on Bond.
Jonathan's first trip to the line tonight, which is rare to him. A lot of that's he's been hitting some threes. He hits that one. He has 7 points on the night. The Colts have 30. You're going to have to do your Strasser impression before the game's over.
I used to have the good Woody Biggs impersonation, but it's kind of fallen apart from Heath told me that it wasn't as good as it used to be. And I know I did do a Strasser impersonation in there when we were at Coshocton before we on air, and some people heard it and I think enjoyed it.
Colts with the ball as Perkins missed on the other end for Cambridge. Your coach told to say move it. He wants them to pass and cut.
Yeah, I mean, eventually a defense is going to break down. You keep working them, they're going to break down.
Addy dribbles in, kicks it back out.
They're really spacing out with a little 5 out. Spreading the floor.
Ooh.
Late whistle, and that's going to be Moore's third. That's
a
big foul on him.
That's not what you want if you're Coach Slaughter. The 16-13 Colts with about 2.5 minutes left, and now they exploded to end the half. They've extended their lead to 30-14 early here in the third quarter.
So Coach Slaughter showing a lot of confidence in Moore, leaving him in with 3 fouls here, and they go right at him with McCall. Great decision there by Meadowbrook. Go right at him. He can't be aggressive on the defensive end. That's just heads-up play by the Colts there.
They're now in the middle of a 16-1 run. There's the 3, no good. Again, Meadowbrook or Cambridge with the rebound put back, no good.
I don't know if they wanted Cody Moore shooting a 3 was the shot they wanted, but again, Perkins, his struggles continue. He's got to knock that down.
Rusnak's 3's no good. Jake Singleton with the rebound. Nice pass to Addy Black, who lays it up and in.
And the Colts have stretched this lead to 20 now as Coach Slaughter's going to call a timeout. And it's going to be a full one. So Woodman, at this time, we can thank our sponsors, GB Roofing and Stoney's RV. As since they're taking a timeout, we'll take the timeout also.
5:35 left here, third quarter, 34-14. Meadowbrook has extended their lead to 20. Coach Slaughter takes a timeout for the Bobcats to try to get them back in sync.
Before we get too much in the action, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Johnny Tsunami listening all the way in Dresden, Ohio.
All right.
Morg was there for the backside rebound, but he got swatted away from him on his putback. Cambridge just can't get anything to go right now.
Again, Meadowbrook pulling it out and being patient.
Mm-hmm. If you would have said this to me about 7 o'clock, I would have thought you were joking.
Yeah. McCall got to the paint that time, but unable to finish. And once again, Cambridge with the rebound into the front court. They have not scored a field goal since about the 2.5-minute mark of the second quarter until then. There we go.
And, of course, it's going to be Cork. He's going to have to ice down his back. Again, he's carrying this Bobcats team, and that's big for him, knocking down a jumper. I think a lot of his buckets have came in on the inside, but him kind of being able to knock down that 14-footer, that's going to help him.
He has 13 of their 16 points. Jake Singleton for 3, reps the ropes. Was that 6 threes tonight for Meadowbrook?
Yes, that'd be their 6th three, and I think it's 1, 2, 4 different guys have hit the 6 threes, so it's definitely not just one guy knocking them down. You've got McCall with 2, Jake Singleton 1, David Singleton 1, and Zach Rusnock with 2.
Cambridge inbounds, side front court. The ball to Cody Moore, left side. And he throws it down in the corner to Perkins. McCall, good job with Perkins. Perkins able to pivot, throws it up, no good, but there to put it back is Cork.
Dominic Cork, who else?
Quickly into the front court comes Meadowbrook.
You can see that Perkins is definitely getting frustrated that he's kind of not being able to get the ball to drop for him, and how physical they're playing with him. He's not really enjoying that. As he loses it there, McCall steals it. And that's going to be Bond's 3rd foul.
Yeah.
So for a team who's only played 6 so far tonight, they've got 2 guys now on the floor with 3 fouls.
And really not a whole lot Coach Slaughter can do with the
he's got
lack of depth. A lot of kids.
Valentine banged up. Snyder can possibly give him some minutes. And Cody Moore's younger brother, Cade Moore, that's about who those 8's who they run with. Good move by McCall, and 1.
Oh.
And he came down hard there.
He did come down hard, slow to get up, but a nice job.
Remember how we said McCall wasn't attacking the hoop there in the first half? Well, he's put his head down here in the 3rd quarter as he's now has 5 points and looking to get a 6-point here for the free throw, unless Boston's going to come in for him.
Makes you wonder if
Boston is going to come in for him, but McCall's going to shoot the free throw. I guess this is a tribute like when the late, great Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles. Ended up shooting the 2 free throws and making them before he left the court.
Well, didn't make it, but it tipped back out by Addie Black. McCall holding his lip and running the offense. 39-18, Meadowbrook with the lead. 3 minutes left, 3rd quarter.
So we go back to the first half.
He must be all right.
Yeah, he's good.
This
is now a 25-5 run going back to the 2nd quarter for the Colts. So once again, we talked about those stretches. This is that stretch. Meadowbrook has usually one of these stretches every game where they kind of pull away from teams.
Right. Rue's not good position, but reached in and last minute got the foul. So Chandler will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a good move by Chandler, really. A lot of these guys haven't been aggressive, minus Cork as far as attacking the hoop. So attack the hoop, get to the free throw line.
Elijah hits that one, makes it 41-19.
So Jerome Todd and Boston Black checking in for Rusnak and McCall right now.
Next one good. A little pressure here by the Cats on the 1-2-2 half-court trap broken by Meadowbrook.
They've got to do something to either speed up Meadowbrook or create turnovers or something right now. You're getting doubled up.
And Meadowbrook doing a nice job in controlling the clock. Here we go. Spread it out and attack.
Spread him out. Addy just attacks his man, throws one down.
There's a three, no good. Good job boxing out Boston Black. Outlet pass to Singleton, who steps out of bounds.
He was right on the line there. And that was, for some reason, Bond rushed that three-pointer. He had plenty of time to get that shot off. And that's just knowing Meadowbrook who they are. They want to close out hard on you and block shots, and they got a little nervous and just kind of rushed that a little bit.
Oh, wait, we got two. Okay. Colts starting to empty their bench a little bit, get some of their starters a breather. Up 23 with 1:40 left, third quarter. Chandler with it. Picks up his dribble. Tries to throw it down to Cork, and the stolen.
That pass was a little late.
Yep.
Cork kind of stopped on his cut.
He's going to try the three, no good.
That was a heat check. He had that dunk a little bit ago. He's feeling good about himself.
That was a we're up 23. I'm going to just try to pad my stat check.
No backside.
Ooh.
Wow, Meadowbrook got lucky there. There's no backside help. McCall did his job front in the post.
Black hustles it down, throws it in the corner. Good ball movement again by Meadowbrook. For the three, no good. Follows his own shot. Yeah.
Thought about it too much. I think he got fouled there by his own teammate on the as he got his own rebound.
And I think the Colts may have called a break because they're saying it's off of Cambridge. McCullough checks in, gets the inbounds pass. 48 seconds left, third quarter, 43-20. Meadowbrook with the lead and the ball.
And they're going to drain it here till the end of the quarter. They're kind of in a delay offense. Probably expect McCall to get it with about 10 to go and go 1-4 low.
Oh, nice little slip.
That's going to be a foul. Yep.
Foul on Brock Valentine, his first. You know, the Colts are known as that team that likes to get out and push and push and push. But this year's team does a nice job when they need to spread it out and slow it down. They do a nice job. So they're not just the one-trick pony as Boston hits that one.
Pick and choose your moments, and that's a sign of a good team when you can pick and choose when to push it and when to hold it. And they've done a good job of being patient on offense at times here in this game. Boston Black sinks both free throws for the Colts.
45-20, 20 seconds left, third quarter. Colts with the lead, Cats with the ball.
Good, wow.
Yeah.
How'd he find him there?
Yep, that was a nice pass, a nice job, and Moore's going to the line to shoot two.
And that's just got to be frustrating. Cambridge has got a lot of looks. They just haven't been able to fall. So I'm guessing Cambridge must play Maysville pretty soon as the couple coaches from the Panthers walk down in front of us here.
Yeah, I think they are on the schedule.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure next week sometime it might be, or maybe they play Friday actually.
The Colts will be in the OVAC tournament for a couple of games. I think they have Riverview left. Misses the second one. McCall with the rebound. Gets the ball into Davis Singleton into the paint, and his pass stolen. by Bond. 3 at the buzzer, in and out, no good.
And that's pretty much been the story of the game right there for Cambridge. Got a shot somehow, and it just rattles in and out.
So 45-21, we have 1 quarter left. Meadowbrook has the lead. Cambridge will have the ball when we come back for the 4th quarter, but we'll take a break from our sponsors. Welcome back here to this KG Productions, K-League Brand Productions game. As the Meadowbrook Colts lead Cambridge 45-21 here as we begin the 4th quarter. Cambridge will get the ball. The Colts have scored 14, 15, and 16. So
does that mean we're going to get 17?
I don't know. They lead 45-21.
And of scores of note, John Glenn's up 44-20 over West Muskingum at the half. John Glenn hit 11 threes in the first half.
And they're going to get Brock Valentine with the foul away from the ball.
Last score I saw, Caldwell was down 4 to Fort Fry. That's a good team between a good young up-and-coming Caldwell team with the Lori cousins.
Right. Inbounds pass knocked away again. Colts open the 4th quarter up with their starters, leading 24, but I bet they're not in there long. Singleton with it. He's double teamed. The Black over to McCall for 3. And no good. Put back good by Addie Black.
And it seemed like it's been a while. That might be the first Colts offensive rebound in a while, or offensive rebound where they've got an easy putback on it. And the only undefeated team in the area, the Ridgewood Generals, are up 39-22 over Claymont. So they're having a heck of a year.
Yeah.
Ridgewood is so far. As Davis Singleton fouls Brock Valentine, so he'll be at the line shooting 2 here.
Oh, what do they call?
No?
Uh-oh.
I guess not.
I guess not either. I had it down in the book. It looked like a foul. They must have called it out of bounds off of Brock. Colts quickly get it into the front court. Jake Singleton shot in and out.
Man, there has been a lot of shots like that tonight.
Yeah.
Just haven't been able to fall on both sides.
Nice job of Brock Valentine of sealing the defender, getting the ball and laying it up and in.
Big fella did a good job there, sealing Davis Singleton. Uses a nice lefty soft touch off the glass for the bucket.
47-23. Meadowbrook with the lead. They're going to spread it again. Look for an easy shot. Nice ball movement by the Colts. Get it to the right elbow, and Davis Singleton buries the 2. Great ball movement.
And that is the first 3-pointer of the night for Cambridge right there. At the 6:09 mark in the 4th quarter.
And that was Cork, right?
Yes, that was Cork. As Rusnak tries to answer from in front of the Meadowbrook bench, he misses. Rebound by Cambridge.
Only 2 Bobcats have scored field goals tonight, if I've got it right.
Yep.
Cork and Valentine. Good, Brock. Good job in the paint. Shot up no good.
I tell you what, you got to give McCall credit there. He has just been harassing Sean Perkins all night long.
And there's a little runner by Jake Singleton.
Jake has that nice little dangerous runner. It's one of his go-to weapons in his arsenal, that along with his three-point shot.
Oh! That was a unforced turnover as Rusnak wasn't looking back, and Addy with the quick outlet.
Yep, you've got to be ready for that, because Addy likes throwing those full court passes. He probably wonders why his brother Davis was a starting quarterback when he makes passes like that sometimes.
Perkins gets the ball right.
That's going to be a turnover.
Yep. Johnny McCall comes in for Rusnak. And I would suspect the Colts will start emptying their bench here. Wow, Jake Singleton got behind the defense. And McCall with a bullet.
There you go.
A long assist. Perkins no good. Rebound Black.
It's just been a tough night for Sean Perkins.
Yeah. McCall did a nice job shutting him down.
There goes McCall taking it to the hoop.
Has such a quick first step that
yeah.
once he gets by you,
he's got right around his average of 15 points right now.
That was good movement by the Bobcats, but again, they've struggled all night long.
And again, just can't, got a decent shot, can't get it to fall.
Yeah.
Who's there to clean it up? Cork.
Wow. He's had to have had a double-double.
$20 points for Cork.
Yeah.
So he's
20
doubled.
Of the 28, yeah.
He's doubled his point total from last week. He had 10 at Cambridge. He has 20 tonight. And I'd say that's probably he's probably averaging about 17 or 18 a game for Cambridge. So that's expected of him. And he's been able to put up some 30-point games here and there.
Yeah.
As McCall drives to the bucket, gets another layup. Coach Slaughter wants another timeout. You can see he's frustrated. Their kids are hanging their heads.
Couple of more subs coming in for Meadowbrook.
And it looks like Caden Moore's subbing in for the Bobcats too here.
So the Colts will go to the OVAC tournament, I believe, next. I think they have Riverview left. May have Zanesville left. Cambridge, we talked about Maysville.
Well, they've got the trips to Tuscarawas County too. Friday night is at Dover. That's going to be a big test, so I'm sure the Colts want some revenge there. And we're going to have to give congratulations out to Dover senior player Cade. I have no clue how to pronounce his last name. It's Russin something.
Yeah.
He just went over the 1,000-point career mark against Zanesville last week, so congratulations to him.
Yeah.
And shockingly, he's only the 5th ever Dover Tornado to score 1,000 points in his career. I mean, when you're talking about the great players that they've had.
Yeah, but Von Kendall's team only averages 30 points a game.
That's true, too. They get the point per minute offense.
Yeah, the Colts, one of their only league loss was, I believe, a 9-point loss here to Dover. And so they would like to win that one and try to win out to get a share of the league. But you're right, they have to go to Philly as well.
Mm-hmm. And Philly has been playing better, so.
Yep. And they're tough up there.
Yeah, you're in a different atmosphere when you play there.
Mm-hmm. Cork again. What a night for Dominic Cork. 57-30, Colts with the lead. Boston Blacks out there, Johnny McCall, Davis Singleton, and Jonathan McCall. They're getting ready to be taken out, though.
It's going to be a turnover on the Colts. Jonah McCall carried it there. We also have to give a shout out. I didn't see I don't see him now, but storied rivals Aaron Sprague is filming
There
tonight's
he is, right
game.
in front of us.
Oh, he's right in front of us there. Aaron Sprague, a good dude. Known him for a while.
And Meadowbrook's going to take a timeout. You know, the Cambridge, they had a great game against Coshocton. They won, was it Riverview before they played Meadowbrook? Outside of the two Meadowbrook games, they've really been playing well down the stretch.
Yeah.
And, you know, these two games, and Coach Slaughter did a great job getting them regrouped after last Tuesday to get revenge back on Coshocton. He'll get them regrouped and have them ready to, you know, play well down the stretch going into the tournament. They'll fall to 7 and 8, I believe, tonight. But they,
yeah, and this is a game right now where you just we gotta find things to work on.
Right.
What can we work on here? What can we do to get better this last 2 minutes and 39 seconds? And he's got some new blood in here as he kind of goes to the future a little bit. He takes Cork out, who deserved the standing ovation.
Yes.
The way he played. And finally, Perkins breaks the schneid, gets his first field goal tonight. So they got Snyder and Caden Moore are in, along with Bond Perkins and Cody Moore. Well, for the Colts, we got Malachi Phillips, Tyler Lacey, Eric McCullough, Trayvon Mayo, and Drew Webster.
Both teams have emptied their bench for the final 2 minutes. McCullough with it. Nice move baseline, layup, no good. Well, the Colts are going to move to 12 and 3, 8 and 1 in the league.
Bond with a good attack move, just can't get it to fall.
Cambridge will fall to 7 and 8.
Lacey leaks out there and misses the layup. That's going to be an over-the-back foul on Drew Webster.
And Meadowbrook gets the sweep tonight. Big Mel and his freshman team won, JV won.
Yep.
So they'll get the sweep.
And I believe they took all three at Cambridge last week, too.
Minute 25 left. And Meadowbrook with a 57-32 lead. Perkins shot up no good.
So Drew Webster watching a little bit of McCall's defense as he was just hounding Perkins all over the place there. And we're under a minute to go.
Webster's got those long arms. He's got a long wingspan. So he's
That's going to be a turnover on the Colt.
No, he's said his tip.
Okay. Maybe they're just thinking, well, this game's over. Let's just keep the clock running.
Coach Slaughter didn't even argue. He said, let's just let her go. 28 seconds left.
While they're running out the clock, we'll give another big thank you to our sponsors, GB Roofing and Stoney's RV. We appreciate their support for tonight's live stream.
Yes, we do. And that's going to do it here from Byesville. 57-32, Meadowbrook with the win. Said move to 12 and 3 on the year, 8 and 1 in the league. Cambridge falls to 7 and 8. We'll take a break, come back, do scoring and stats here right after the messages.
whenever.
Okay. Welcome back to the corral. Meadowbrook with a big win tonight over Cambridge, 57-32. I'll give you a quick review of the scoring, and D-Train will give you some stats. For Cambridge, Sean Perkins with 3 points. Cody Moore had a point for Cambridge. Elijah Chandler, 2 free throws for 2 points. Brock Valentine, 4 points, playing with the sprained ankle, but really worked hard, made his presence known in the paint. Dominic Cork, 22 points, just a tremendous game.
Yep, led all scorers tonight.
Yes, he did. He did a tremendous job. For Meadowbrook, he had 4 points for Boston Black, 6 points Zach Rusnock, 2 points for Johnny McCall, 9 points apiece for Jake Singleton and Davis Singleton, 10 points for Addie Black, and John McCall 17 points to lead the way for Meadowbrook, who now goes to 12-3 on the year, 8-1 in the league. Cambridge falls to 7-8.
Yeah, and the big thing is we talked about at the beginning, the big two for the dynamic duo for Cambridge, Cork and Perkins. They combined for 25. I'm sure Coach Slaughter wants them to be 30-plus every game between the two of them. And then on the other end, we talked about the big four for Meadowbrook. And though the two Singletons didn't have double digits, they were just below it at 9 each. Addie Black had 10. Jonathan McCall had 17. You're talking getting 45 points from those four. I mean, if they continue to score around that area,
right,
it's a tough matchup. A lot of teams you have, okay, we got to worry about this kid and this kid. But with Meadowbrook, you've got the four of them you have to worry about. And then if you decide to leave Rusnock's proved that he can knock down the three-point shot. So they definitely create a lot of matchup problems with teams.
And I was impressed with their patience tonight. They really pulled it out and got the mismatches they wanted and able to do it late. And if you joined late, it was 16-13 with 2.5 minutes left in the half. And Meadowbrook, it was what, 29-14. They closed that last 2.5 minutes on like a 13-1 run, and it was like 22-5 run at one time.
25-5 at one point. Yeah,
and
I mean that's your difference of the game right there. Meadowbrook, the late stages of the second quarter and the early stages of the second half just put the game on ice. And a lot of that was because they were able to kind of get hot and knock down some shots. It started with that three by McCall. Then Singleton went down and hit a three. And then all of a sudden, the confidence got big for all of the guys. And they started knocking down shot after shot after shot.
So, yeah.
Unfortunately for Cambridge, excuse me, it just didn't. They just couldn't get things to work out for them.
Right. And as you said, they got some good looks. They just couldn't get it going. And they did a nice job rebounding. They got a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and
just couldn't get anything going.
And that's kind of been an issue all year is teams have got a lot of offensive rebounds on Meadowbrook. There's been a lot of times where teams have got second, third, fourth chance points. And with Meadowbrook's size, other teams shouldn't be able to get those rebounds.
So that's going to do it here for Caleb Graham Productions. We again thank our sponsors, G&B Roofing and Stoney's RV. I guess I'll head on back to the retirement home till they need me next time.
Yeah, we might need you sooner than you think. You never know.
D-Train, it was good. I can't believe that all these years we've never worked together. But like I said, most of your years were paper, newspaper. Most of mine was radio, which I do have a face for radio.
But you did have a great partner there on the radio with the one, the only, the legend, Tommy Strasser.
He is a legend in his own mind.
And since you asked for it, I'll try giving a Strasser impersonation here. Here we are. We're going to depart the cage here at Meadowbrook as the Colts victorious with a 57-32 victory over the Bobcats of Cambridge. Now I'm going to throw it back to you, Woodman.
Well, thanks, Tommy. Good victory here for the Colts. Showed a lot of promise with four guys, the big four, with 45 of their 57 points. The Colts are going to improve to 12-3. One last time, we're going to thank our sponsors, GB Roofing and Stoney's RV from Byesville, Ohio. Caleb Productions signing out. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.